This is called Memories of Connie, what a friend of mine. Being in music most of my life, I've come across a lot of different people. I am never one to judge and have enjoyed knowing people of different religions, different cultures, different jobs, different ideas about politics. My father and grandfather exposed me to new ideas and old. I was talking to a man from India yesterday, and he told me how glad he was to be in the land of the free. He got a kick out of me because I knew so much about his country and now considered me a friend. Well, the point I'm getting to here is about my friend Connie. Now, Connie was a spiritualist who had been brought up in the 50s in Studio City, California. Went to school with Mickey Dolenz. She was 3 years older than me and came from a Jewish family. Lived it by the book. Her father was in the music business and her mom was a stay-at-home mom. At 16, she became a flower child and moved out of her house. Parents were shocked, but didn't disown her. She lost her mother in 1970, and that would affect her for the rest of her life. Connie hung out with bikers, rock stars, and would talk to anyone who would talk to her. She was a Mormon for a while, but lost interest when she became a spiritualist. Now, I've known a lot of palm readers, clairvoyants, people who see in the future before it happens, and spiritualists in my lifetime. Some of these people were on and some weren't. Connie would do readings, as they called it, and made a living doing it. Connie never married or had children, but didn't think much about it till she met me. We met in 1999. A friend of mine named Mark Moran was interested in starting a public radio at the time and asked me if I wanted to do an interview with some rock stars. We came up with the name Rock Stop and started interviewing people. One of the people I interviewed, named Bob Welch, became a good friend. Anyway, I was at a show for the Yardbirds and was about to interview them after the show. As the act got done with the show, the manager of the group told me I could talk to them for 15 minutes. And so I said, fine. A woman walked up to me and said to me that she had been watching me all night and felt there was a good spirit about me and that she should get to know me. She told me her name was Connie and gave me her card and told me to call her later. She also told me I was a wizard in another life. And of course, I've always wanted to be a wizard. And told me to call her later. She also told me she liked what I was all about. Well, did the interview and it went really well. And instead of 15 minutes, it turned into 2 hours. They all knew Connie, of course, and told me to say hello to her. I had thought I'd only have 15 minutes, right? But it went longer than I thought. I didn't jump into the interview asking these guys about Eric Clapton or Jeff Beck. They talked about him because I had told them that the rhythm section was the most important part of the band. Well, the program didn't get funded like I wanted to. Stuck with 8 interviews that had never been heard by the public, but they had been heard by friends. 2 weeks later, I did call Connie, and we became good friends. I introduced her to my family, and she considered them her family. When Connie's father passed away, I was the first person she called. I told her he was in a good place and free of pain and with her mother. I would talk to her every month for 14 years. She was getting ready to write a book about her adventures the last time I talked to her, which was a week before she died. She had fallen on hard times in recent years, but always thought things would turn around for her. But on Sunday, December 15th, 2013, she passed away. I heard about it a day after it happened. One of her friends had told me. I do miss my talks with her. She believed in my music, and that's what I remember about her. So I do know she has met up with her mother and father. And who knows, she may come to me in a dream.